fashion, and then trying to find someone to wear my clothes. And when I typed in black surfers, there was barely anything in the news or any references to black surfing. But I did find Nicolas Gabaldon. And Nicolas Gabaldon was here in Los Angeles. As a matter of fact, he was born and raised in Santa Monica. And at the time, this is during the Jim Crow era, he was born in 1927. During the Jim Crow era, Santa Monica was African American and Latin American, mostly Mexican. And that's where Nicolas started surfing, right there at a place called Inkwell Beach at the end of Bay Street and Pico. And once I found him, because of who I am as a little kid and growing up in the NAACP, I said this story has to be told. So I sent a press release, and that's how I became a journalist. I sent it off to all the sports magazines just so they would just let people be aware of the fact that we were gifted a stone at Inkwell Beach now, which is there, and it was for Inkwell Beach and Nicolas Gabaldon. So from that, of course, the journalism started because they wanted to know more about that. And then I said, well, let me just start writing stories because there's nobody writing stories about black athletes in action sports at that time. And that was 2002. And then when I sent the press release to a company called Black Athlete Sports Network, they immediately asked me to come on as managing editor to find stories, to find different people around the world. And so that was my journey. And for about 10 years, I was chasing the ASP, what is now the WSL, was once the Association of Surfing Professionals. So I started chasing them around the world and going to different contest series like the Triple Crown that's over in Hawaii they have every year. And noticing that when black athletes sent you out to do an assignment, yes, I love to go to Hawaii because, you know, I spent a lot of my childhood in Hawaii. There just wasn't an African American, or at that time we were looking for African Americans. There wasn't a single person in professional surfing, and that is still to this day. There's some trials, but there's not an African American on the CT, which is the Dream Tour, as you will, and until